Yeah, man, people, welcome back. Welcome back to another show of the Real Neville Jamaican Premier League, man. What match day 7, for JPL, Real Neville JPL League. I'm here again, Nicola Media House is here to present you again in another JPL, review show, Nicola Media House platform, about people big up on yourself, everyone that, came on live yesterday, it was a joy. It was a joy, man. So good night to everyone. Even when you're watching it back, good day whenever you're watching this video back. And the replay, really appreciate all the support yesterday and further and beyond, what you guys have been giving me on this channel. It really mean a lot, really appreciate the amazing support, good to have a chat with everyone last night, the first time. I literally had a calling show, and I think I had around 3 callers, and it was very intrigued, everyone, had their own opinion and, about, Jamaican, the reggae boys, yeah, but it was a really good show. I enjoyed it last night. I really do. It was almost 2 hours, and, that video is doing really good. So yeah, keep watching it, keep sharing it, keep liking the videos, on Nick Meadows platform. It's been a cold day, man, on the South Coast in America, it's been a bit cold, chilly, imagine, who is up there north, how is that weather is feeling, I can imagine that New York weather up there by the tri-state, up there by, Canada, it's really good, for them, but it's not good for me. A bit cold, but yeah, we're going to run the show. I think 5 games. I think just a few games played. 5 games played. 2 games played yesterday and 3 games played today. Yeah, so 5 games. Over the weekend of match day 7 of the JPL, and Harbourview and Cavalier is out. They're going to play that CFU championship. Cavalier and Robin Hood from Suriname is in the final. I think that game against Cavalier will play. It will play on 11 November the 30th, and that third place game against Smoker, the Danrep team. Will play Harbourview in that third place. Both games, are 2-legged games. Both games are 2-legged, and the other games, scheduled to play. Harbourview ones, the second leg scheduled to play at December the 5th, and the final of the second leg, Cavaliers and Robin Hood, this will play, December the 6th. So the 5th and 6th is the second leg, and the first leg is 28th, the third place Harbourview, and the first leg of the final, it's the 30th of November. That's right around the corner, a couple of days from now. So yeah, shout out, to those 2 clubs, who, Harbourview, have, even though they've been a disaster in the JPL, this season, haven't won a game as yet. Hope they can beat that Danrep team and, go on and, finish third, in the CFU Championship, and I hope Cavalier can beat that Suriname team. It won't be easy. Suriname team is those Suriname clubs, over there is really good. They're really impressive, especially teams from Trinidad and from Haiti, especially those Haiti teams. They're very aggressive. They played similar to what Jamaica played in the JPL, but they have something against, whenever they play Jamaican clubs, they always put their best foot forward, but yeah, match week 7 of the Real Neville Jamaican Premier League, double header at Stadium East, it was a showdown between the Nelson brothers, Dumble Holding versus, Molines, really good game. Hell is this popped up on the computer? Yeah, it was a showdown, man, for the Nelson brothers, at that game, Dumble Holding versus Molines. Big crowd, down at Westport Park, to watch that game against Mount Pleasant, rally back to beat Montego Bay 2-1, Mobay just couldn't hold on the lead. They just couldn't hold on the lead. Ex-Harbourview player, Kwesi Chung, got that winner, in the 87 minutes, something like that. Broke the heart of the Westport fans, the Montego Bay fans, Westport Park. Could see the disappointment, but when that goal initially, went in, I think Johan Weatherly scored that goal for Mobay. I think in the 78 minutes, something like that. Westport Park, it was a scene to see, as they really passionate about their football down there in Montego Bay. You see when they beat Cavalier, but I don't know what's going on. I think that's Mobay third defeat in a row. Let's see what they can do. But Mount Pleasant is 6 from 6. 6 from 6. It's crazy, what they've been doing. Big up to Tapa Whitmore. He's doing a really good job. Mount Pleasant, is trying to defend his crown. Who is this? Always I miss the JPL match, Jano. Bala, boy, you have to be more, disciplined at the time to see the games. But yeah, Mount Pleasant, as I said, 6 from 6, the best defensive record. I think they only concede 2, and the highest scoring team in the league. I think that's 12 goals. So they putting on a show in the JPL. Don't sleep on Mount Pleasant to try to get this invincible, but it won't be easy. I think it's a little bit too early, to call on them to get that invincible. When you have a team like Arnett is still in the league, it's kind of impossible, for a team to get invincible throughout the whole season. But only 3 teams that have won on match day 7 have won back-to-back in the Premier League. It is Mount Pleasant, Humblion, and Humblion. Big win for Humblion as they shut out the Jerusalem team. Firehouse out them fire out with water. The Lion roar today. Humblion back-to-back win for Lenny Teacher Hyde. Humblion, after being at the rock bottom of the league, a couple match days ago, now, they're up in the table. They won back-to-back. So, yeah, 2 wins on the trot for Humblion. Lenny team is coming. They have a really good attack, Humblion, but I don't know what is going on with them, but seems to be finding their mojo. They seems to, getting their front men firing, Nicholas Nelson, but yeah, teams that have lost back-to-back in the league, Mullines United, what's going on? Alex Thomas, what's going on? Mullines United need a win. Lime Hall, what's going on? I think the coach Alfred Bennett, I think that's his name. Lime Hall coach Alfred Barnett. Alfred Barnett, can't get a win, man. That's a team that, I think St. Anne Parish President Danny Beckford, he has a son that play for Lime Hall. And the next team that, they lost back-to-back, Montego Bay. My friend, Jean Claudio. What's going on? What's going on in Montego Bay, man? Come on, lift the team. And that's your 3rd defeat in a row, my friend. Come on. That's, he's the Brazilian, for Montego Bay. Big up to the Brazilians, playing for Montego Bay. Big up to Jean Claudio, big up to Luca. My friend Willie, big up. Vamos. Yeah, that's a little introduction for the Real Neve Jamaican Premier League. But 2 games played yesterday. I wouldn't say it was that, top-notch teams, really good football. But, it was a really good showdown. Bushy Beckford, the ex-Mount Pleasant man, ex-Waterhouse man, put on a show yesterday at Stadium East, man that, I think he said that he only in the league for a couple of months, initially used to play in Costa Rica. I think he played for 2 teams now in El Salvador. He scored he scored yesterday and assist one. It was a wonderful free kick, by Kemar Bushy Beckford. This player is a really good player. He's been doing it, for quite some time now, in the JPL. And, he has been rewarded, a contract overseas in Central America and Costa Rica and El Salvador. So, but Very United, beat Lime All yesterday 4-1. I think this game, it was all written over the books for Veer to win. Lime All been struggling. Alfred Barnett, the coach, did a really aggressive how you call it, interview after the game, post interview after the game, and he was talking about his team, how they came out, in that second half, doing what they have been told to do. Is like they lose a chip. He was really putting it on the players. They just do whatever they feel to do on the day, and that's how they got 4-1. But goal scored by Javier, Brown. I think Javier Brown scored 2 goals yesterday, penalty, and that last goal, it was a wonderful. I think probably around 25 yards out. He struck that one right at the near post. I think that's his third for his season. He scored on match day 6. I think he scored a penalty. So yeah, 3 goals of the season so far for the Veer United captain. I think I heard the coach said that this is his, he's not really a central midfield player. He's still learning. This is not his natural position. So hope the Veer United captain can continue to progress and excel in his position. I think he is the man for Veer. But now Veer United have a really good, I would say, attacker. Kemar Beckford. This is a player, scored goals in the JPL. He scored over 40 goals in the JPLs in his career. Back in his days at Mount Pleasant, he scored 10 goals, in 2019, 2021, during that period. I think, 2020, he scored 10 goals for Mount Pleasant. And when he was at Waterhouse, he scored another 10 plus goal in that season. So, he's a man that, been known for scoring goals. When you have a player, I think he's 31 years old, Kemar Beckford, and he has over 40 Premier League goals in his locker. Really good player, really good experience. So, I think it's a good pickup. I think he played a game. I think they lost. I think they lost. I think they lost 4-1 or 3-1 last match day against Waterhouse. He scored. So yeah, this is his second goal with 2 assists. So, the man is doing what he's supposed to do. But Veer, move up 4 places, from to 5th position, and 8 points. They in 8th position and 8 points. So yeah, Veer have won 2 games and drew 2 games, and they lose. So they're doing a really good job, for the last couple of games now. They're playing really good. They just couldn't get in, certain results over the line. But I think it's a really good Veer team. But Lime All, I don't know what is going on with Lime All. It's like they're going back, to the bush. It's Lime All going back to the bush, people. People comment and tell me what you guys, think. Tell me what's your favorite team. Can Mount Pleasant, go on to do the invincible. But Lime All, is down there right in the red zone, with Molines. Molines is yet to win a game. Only drew 2 games, 2 points. Them and Lime All, lock on 2 points. But really, the JPL kind of get warm up with the big teams. The games are getting warmer and warmer. But I think there's a player that scored a goal yesterday also, for Lime All. I think it was an equalizer. Darius Stewart, it was a long range shot, beautiful goal from him, That's 2 really good goals scored in that game yesterday, 2 long range shot, one by Javier Brown, captain, and one by Darius Stewart, the Lime All midfielder. But, we're going to move on, move on to the next game, Dumble Holding, versus Molines. It was a show at Stadium East, Stadium East Field between the Nelson brothers, as this game finished 2-1 in Dumble Holding favor. Nicholas Nelson is the younger brother for Jeremy Nelson. Both brothers scored yesterday. I don't have the history or the stats for this, but I just feel like this is the first time. This is the first time this happened in a JPL game. Where two brothers who only got on the score sheet. Jeremy Nelson, the older brother, came out on the wrong side. When he scored, it was a cancellation in that. But Mullins, rock bottom. Mullins have played 7 games. Conceded 14 goals already. They only scored 4 goals. They only scored 4 goals. It's not a good sign, for Vassirenas and Alex Thomas, who is on the bench. Can they change things around? I don't know. But I just feel like I watch Mullins, quite a few times. One time live in the stadium, I think 2 times, I think twice against on the TV. I think that one was against Arnett Garden, and I think that other one was against Lima where they drew. Easily could have swing their way, easily could have get 3 points on the board, but they're just not finishing their opportunity, man. They're just not finishing the opportunity, Mullins United, but Dumbarton, is a team that, a couple seasons ago, they were one of the finalists, in the JPL. They went to final, I think it was with Harbourview. They went to final with, when Atafai Bygrave was playing there, Nikai Christian, when Fabian McCarthy was on his peak in the league at that time. So yeah, Dumbarton, a few bad results started the league really poor. But, now they're getting their mojo, some positive results. First time back-to-back win in the league this season. So, yeah, shout out to, the team that, down there, in St. Catherine. Big up to Lenny, teacher, so, yeah, big up to Nicholas Nelson, the man for Dumbarton who scored. Dumbarton scored 4 goals already. Yeah, Dumbarton scored 4 goals in the Premier League, and all 4 goals scored by Nicholas Nelson. He scored a brace last match day, and he scored a brace again, and his older brother team. I think it was the second goal last. I don't remember who they played. They played a game. Last match day. He scored a wonder goal. Who didn't saw that game, can go check out that highlights. He scored that goal on Lima. It was his second goal. Yeah, it was a really brilliant individual goal, by Nicholas Nelson. But we're going to move on, move on from there. That game at Stadium. So yeah, we finished with all the Sunday games. As it is a pretty short, match day 7, only 5 games played. But the big game, I would say the big game of the week, after match day, the big game after match day, Mobay versus Mount Pleasant. I have to shout out Montego Bay. I saw them, they gave away a couple, tickets, to fans, kudos to that, showing fans their appreciation and everything, because, fans pay their hard-earning money, their 7 bills, their grand, whatever cost it is to go in a JPL venue. I don't know if anyone is still collecting $500 at the gate. I went at Arnett Garden, it was $700. I went to Portmore, it was 1,000. So I think the least you probably get a ticket at a JPL gate are probably like 7 bills. I don't know if anyone know that a JPL venue that is charging $500 to go in to watch a game. You could comment and let me know. But yeah, Montego Bay, lose this game, 2-1, big result, grinding that one out of the bag, tap a week more. Where did he found this one? But I was watching this game live. on Instagram, Montego Bay, it was streaming on Montego Bay Instagram platform. I don't know why Montego Bay is not streaming their game, on their YouTube page. I think it was last season. They have a YouTube channel, Montego Bay TV. They used to stream games on there, I don't know why, or is it cost them, to streaming games on their YouTube platform? But I saw them, been streaming games on their Instagram platform, and I was watching, this game. What I saw, in that first half, between Mount Pleasant and Montego Bay at Westport Park, I feel like Montego Bay team gave, the Mount Pleasant team too much respect. Near that, the Santos, the Brazilian coach, should have gone with a more attacking style of playing when you playing with, with home fans at your home venue, rallying, making noise, blowing those on, cheering their fellow their home team on, but they sat back too deep, waiting for Mount Pleasant to attack them. And I feel like they waste too many times on the back foot defending, trying to stop. I feel like they try to play. They try to play a game plan, how to stop Mount Pleasant. Yeah, we know that Mount Pleasant is on farm, highest scoring team. They be scoring goals left, right, and center in the league. But when you at home, I feel like, especially at Westport Park, this is a venue where Montego Bay going to get most of their goals, going to score, they're going to get the best chance to win a game. You have to go out there and attack. You have to attack. You have to attack at some point. But, the start of the second half, though, I feel like they came out a little bit more positive as, the coach probably saw that. And, they reward a goal, in the 70th minute by Joan Wetterly, but after that, they sat back too deep again. They drop all the way back, decide that they're going to soak up all the pressure and defend. They just decide that they're probably going to defend a 1-0 victory, and that ball, came over, and I think was on the right side, and Sule Makala, beat William Ferreira at his near post on his left side. No chance of stopping that. And then in the 82nd minute, Chung got that goal. I would say, my friend Willie, I think that's the second goal that Mount Pleasant scored. Chung, I think that was your fault. You should have get enough punch on the ball to punch the ball out. But you decide to punch the ball probably back on the play, and ricocheted and just went on Chung foot and he scored. But yet again, Montego Bay lost, 3 victories, 3 lost on the trot. Is it worrying time? Is it worrying time for the Montego Bay team? They only sit 3 points above, the drop. They only, won won 1 game, and that was a game, they beat Cavalier at home, and they drew 2. So, they had 5 points, but poor result. They haven't get a positive results, in the last 3 games, 4 games, But I don't have Montego Bay as one of those teams to drop out. I have initially, Lime Hall and Treasure Beach, but Treasure Beach, the Treasure Beach and Arnett Garden didn't play on the week. I think Treasure Beach is supposed to play Harbourview, and Arnett Garden is supposed to play Cavalier. But because those teams in the CFU competition, all right, the CFU championship is something like European football. Why the games will play, Cavalier game will play on the 30th, Harbourview game will play on the 20th. The 28th, of this month, a couple of days from now. Why not let them play on the weekend and then travel, to play the? I don't know why when teams can't play their weekend game and then travel to their midweek continental tournament. But it is what it is. The Premier League know what they're doing. But yeah, Kwesi Chung, I think that's his 3rd goal of the season. Big goal, for the youngster right there. But yeah, I think that's it. But can Mount Pleasant, oh long Mount Pleasant, Dan Gargan, big up yourself, brother. How long Mount Pleasant, can go on with this victory, this sweeping of victory. Let's see. Let's check out, what's the next couple of, because Mount Pleasant is leading Arnett Garden by 7 points. Arnett Garden is on 11 points. Arnett Garden, played 6. Mount Pleasant played 6. So the next game, Mount Pleasant next game will be Waterhouse on the 3rd of December. That will be a big one. So Mount Pleasant have 2 back-to-back games where they're going to play some really good teams. Even though Waterhouse have lost back-to-back first time this season, but Waterhouse is still a really good team. Mount Pleasant will play Waterhouse, the 3rd of December, and after that they will play Cavalier. Cavalier is still a good team with a lot of youngsters have big potential. So look out for those 2 games for Mount Pleasant. If they can get in around, they have Veer United, and then the big showdown. You would say that it will be a holiday showdown, December the 27th. Don't miss it. Put this one in the books. Arnett Garden will play Mount Pleasant December the 27th. That will be a big one. Tell you from now, the next 3 games from now. Yeah, after the next 3 games, it will be Arnett Garden. It will be a big showdown. I think this game might be at the complex. So I hope this is a Monday night fixtures. I hope this is a Monday night fixtures. Let's see December the 27th. So December the 27th. So also the Christmas, will be around the Monday night. So they will play this game on a Wednesday. I don't like that though. It said December the 27th is on a Wednesday. I don't like that. Why? Because I got to play that game, Waterhouse match day 5. Match day 6. I got to play Waterhouse. Arnett Garden and Waterhouse is the biggest right now. It is the elite fixture when it comes on to the biggest supporting teams in the country. The 2 best teams. Who's always going at it. Mount Pleasant. They're just popping around. Trying to build a history, but Arnett Garden and Waterhouse is the fixtures of the league. What people, whenever fixtures drop, that's the fixtures people look out for to see. So play Arnett Garden and Waterhouse on a Thursday night. It was a Thursday night, on a Thursday night in the complex. It wasn't the best decision, to be honest. It wasn't the best decision. And now I'm seeing that Arnett Garden and Mount Pleasant will play on a Wednesday. Christmas is the weekend, but bypass that. Let's let they play someone else, and then after the holidays, they can play that Monday night, that blockbuster game, because Mount Pleasant is a team that is, their fans will travel. They will come or they will go anywhere, to support their team, and that's what I love about Mount Pleasant. They have a really good fan base, for a team that's still young in the JPL. Someone is a team that is building a really good identity. But I don't like that. I don't like that fixture is not one bit, but move on, from Mount Pleasant. Move on from Mount Pleasant. Shocking result of the day. Waterhouse got 1-0 Bob Marley from Humblion. Lone goal scored by Javier Thompson. That was a mistake partially, Andrew Vanzi, that was a pass, from Andrew Vanzi from Arnett Garden. No doubt about it. The biggest team in Jamaica. Biggest team in the Caribbean. Hey, Dan Gargan. Arnett Garden on a team where, it's like how United is a team that, will stop Arsenal anytime they come at United, with that unbeaten run. It's out they got at Old Trafford, many times, in Alex Ferguson days. Arnett Garden is that team. Even when Arnett Garden is struggling, coming up against a firing Waterhouse team, a firing Tivoli team, Arnett Garden is a team that always, put them team back in them place, like, relax. The big red and black is out. The jungle is, you understand? Yeah. When I have confidence in my team, brother. I have confidence in my team, but take off my Arnett cap, but big man thing still. Who can really stop Mount Pleasant? You see this Tivoli team, I'm going to get there. This Tivoli team is a really good Tivoli team under Jerome Wade. Last season under Teddy Johnson and Admiral Bailey, it was a really stagnant Tivoli team. They played their football last season as if they don't have flexibility in their bone. They playing like some 40, 50-year-old, but this Tivoli team is running. They might not get in the consistently in their results, but you could see that their performance from last season have changed. They have changed dramatically, way ahead. So you have to big up to what Jerome Waite is doing, and for a junglist is coaching Tivoli Garden. I love to see that in the league. I love to see that in the league, really and truly. You could see that football is really changed. It's changed a lot in Jamaica, moving away from that politics side of it, and but yeah, I feel like Tivoli Garden, Mount Pleasant always shitting their pants whenever they're going to play Arnett Garden. I'm telling them. Over the years, since Tapper, was a player and a coach, not many favorable results against Arnett Garden. I can say that. Many times he failed, as a player at Seba, to get a positive result, against the jungle team. And, now he's coaching. It's actually like the same. I think we drew two times. With Mount Pleasant last season. Yeah, so, do I see any other team? Waterhouse is kind of a good team, but depend on too much individual players. Just depending on Javi and Brian to get the goals and Nikai Christian to just start issue set pieces and assists for players. But I just feel like Tivoli team is a really good complete team. But Waterhouse though, we'll start by Waterhouse. Waterhouse, got them feet, they got them teeth thumping, wicked goal by Javi and Thompson. As I said, it was probably a misplaced pass by Andrew Vanzi, really a diagonal pass, but that player, Blair, what the hell is he was doing? And then he miscontrolled the ball. Then Javi and Thompson attack him, and the ball, when he initially kicked the ball, the ball went under his boots and, ricocheted over, what's his name? Kemar Foster, the Waterhouse goalkeeper, no, he couldn't stop that ball. But what's going on with Waterhouse? Can someone really tell me what's going on with Waterhouse? Back-to-back defeat of the season. They dropped to 6th position. It's not a good look for the Joseland team. It's not a good look. See, let's check out Waterhouse next couple of fixtures, because it's going to be a really good. It's going to be a tricky set of game coming up for the Joseland team. So Waterhouse next couple of games, as I said, Mount Pleasant and Portmore, those are Waterhouse next 2 games. Yeah, I could agree with you. Arbonne and Shea Smith could up their game, but you have to remember Shea Smith have a bad foot. Where every minute is like a wooden foot. If as soon as him run for like 60, 70 minutes, he have to get substitute. I don't know, but Arbonne, tell you the truth, bro. I think it's been a while, probably a year and a half I haven't watched Arnett live until I saw that Manchego Bay game a couple of Sundays ago. And Kimani Arbonne is one of those players that he got so many criticism in the from the supporters in the stand. He heavily criticized. He heavily criticized as a player. From his own fans. But as a player, he grew up, in the area, in the community. He knew what it is to put on. He's been at a club for over 10 years since he's a youngster, so he knew what it is to put on the red and black. jersey, but I feel like sometimes, especially when Fabian Reed is not there anymore, his friend Cephas is not there anymore, you know, whoever, players like a Juma, all the players that got shipped out, the last transfer window in the JPL, it's going to put him under a lot of pressure. And he's going to have to produce the goods, because if he don't produce, walking around the community in jungle, man, it's going to, people going to be, in him ears all the time. As I can tell you, everything is Kimani Arbon, Kimani Arbon, Kimani Arbon, for the junglist. Is either, you do good, or is either you do bad. But it was this result, for Humblion is a really good result. Humblion is really doing good. But I have a concern, with Waterhouse team. Waterhouse team, is a team that, they like to play, off a crowd energy and all of that. I mean, it wasn't, they didn't got that big support that they used to get at Jerusalem, but they have to play a little bit more aggressive. They have to play a little bit more team sports. You just constantly depending on, a few people just to do the job. You understand? And, Javi and Brian, the top marks one after see after leading on the leaderboard. I think he got 6 goals, 7 goals. He missed a couple of opportunities in the game where he could have easily finished. Don't know what happened, why Watos didn't finish the opportunity. Even Andre Clennon, missed. I think he missed a goal, in that, Andre Clennon in the 82 minute. He missed that. I don't know what Clennon was doing. He just blazed the ball across, over the crossbar. And Andre Clennon haven't scored for a while now. Having scored for, I think, in his last couple of seasons, Andre Clennon only scored like 4 or 5 Premier League goals, I heard the commentator said that, Mr. Oliver, it's over 500 minutes since Andre Clennon scored a goal. So this is a player that well established, really good striker back in his prime time. So I don't know. I think if Humblion can get a really good goal scorer, I saw they brought on a youngster. I think he's from the Rima era. I think his name is Dede. That's the son of Boystone veteran goalkeeper Kirk Porter, the man they call Dopey Man. I think his son is Yaya. I feel like Andrew Price, and O'Neal Bigger Time should know this youngster very well. Probably can, try to give him a little bit more time, in the starting 11. Yaya is a really good player. I've seen him play, before, especially, in Tier 2 football. He's a player that, can be more mature in his performance and, grow into the league. Just like how his friend Javier Bryan played for Med Forest last season, come at Waterhouse, scoring goals. You just have to give the youngsters a chance. And I think Yaya is probably like, 25 now. So, not really a youngster anymore, but really a youngster in the JPL. But once you let Humblion score, Humblion conceded 15 goals last season, people. The best in the league, behind, I think, Portmore, 15 goals, they concede, and you just can't let Humblion score first. It's just going to be a rocky road try to find that equalizer. Imagine that game winner. Humblion don't give away a secret too much time. And Andrew Price in the post-game interview, he spoke about that and said, his team priority is to defend first as a unit. Seeing couple seasons, I think Andrew Price been there for a while now after Boystone got relegated, probably about 5 seasons, and Andrew Price wasn't that defensive coach. Watching Boystone back in the days, when they have that star-studded team, in that just before around 2010, that good set of crop of players that they had in that time. Boystone was an attacking team, and Humblion have one of those players. And he is the best right back in the league. Xavier, you call him Billy. Xavier. I think his name is Xavier. I don't remember, but he's a right back. He's 38 years old. He's a former reggae boy player. I don't see any of these youngsters can really cross the ball like Billy. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know his name is Xavier. Yeah, I know his name is. I think it's Xavier, but I can't remember his last name. But but Billy, Billy is that player. He's 38 years old. Really good friend. He knew Andrew Price. He knew O'Neal Bigger Times, who is assistant coach. For Humblion, and he's playing there for a couple of seasons now. I think he was at Mount Pleasant at one point, but even up to now, as a 38-year-old, he's still bombing. He's that modern type of Xavier and Virgo. Big up, big up to Travis, for that correction. Xavier and Virgo, he's the best right back right now in the league. He is the best right back. Back in the time when Billy was running that right side for Boystone. I think because he was playing for Boystone, he didn't get that much opportunity in the reggae boy shirt. But he's a player that always fit. He's a disciplined player. You don't really argue with officials. When you see Billy argue with officials, you must know that it's something that is a really close call. But he's a really good. He's a really down to earth professional. When I was at Boystone as a youngster, playing through the ranks, coming up, Billy was one of those players, even though he didn't play in my position, but as a modest professional, I'm going to try my best to see if I can get Xavier and Virgo on this channel, but he's one of the players that, I look up to. Yeah, he went to Harbourview. I remember when Billy was playing for Harbourview, at the time too, yeah, but I think during that time, he started to get a couple called up for the reggae boy. I don't know, Travis, I don't know if you remember. I don't even remember this player that used to play for Portmore. He's short and he used to wear that number 8. He's a right back. I don't know if you can remember his name. I think he used to play that right full back for the reggae boys with Demar Flips on one side and he's on the right side. Both of those players at one time were the best attacking right back with Gerald Neal Senior, alongside them. But Billy, man, is a really good professional. Just seeing what he's doing right now at Humblion, still going. He don't look like when he's playing at reaching the 70, 80 minute. Yeah, Eric Vernon, respect. Eric Vernon. Those players were the best right back in the JPL at one time. But shout out to Billy, give him my utmost respect. I hope the youngsters at Humblion can really, look up to him as a pro. And I see Billy as that next man like O'Neal Bigger Times will be around, Andrew Price, just to learn from, the veteran. And, yeah, man, Billy is a player, man, always fit, man. Really good player. I love him. I love him as a player. I love to watch Billy when he's playing. But yeah, I'm going to move on a little bit, but move on, from the Humblion game as they stun Waterhouse 1-0. What's Humblion sit? Humblion sit fourth. Wow, Humblion sit 4, level on points. So 3 teams is on 11 points. Arnett, Portmore, and Humblion. But my problem with Humblion, this season, viewers, Humblion conceded 15 goals last season. They conceded 15 goals, but now they scored 9 and conceded 9. That's too much. They wasn't going at that rate so fast. So I don't know what is going on. With Humblion and their defensive error, but they getting a result. Back-to-back win. I was at the MBU game and Mount Pleasant today. Yeah, they will definitely be hard to stop. They will definitely be hard to stop, my friend Travis, to be honest. Mount Pleasant, when you look at them bench, just the keeper, I think the keeper, Shaquan Davis, and the keeper is a keep for Harbourview. think he had a brother. I don't remember his name. Just the keeper. They have two really good keeper. But Shaquan Davis is a really good keeper. He's keeping that other keeper out. I can't remember, some of these players' name and right on top of my life. Sometimes when you're on the show, remember names and stuff like that, it's hard. But when you are not live and you're with yourself or with someone, it's like the name just popped up so fast. But I'm going to just finish off, the setup game, then, probably can hold a little reason. The last game, Portmore and Tivoli drew boring draw. And I would say boring draw and Portmore side. Portmore lucky they came out with a point in this game. As, their keeper Tyrone Williams, so many chances. Who saw that chance that, Justin Dunn, got and he saved point blank. And even that Portmore defender, what's his name? Javion, I think Javon Thompson. I think his name is Javon Thompson. He almost scored on his own team. But big up to Portmore goalkeeper, Tyrone Williams. He made, I think, around 3 or 4 really good saves. But Tivoli team, they will kill Portmore today on the overlap. That's how Jerome Way team play. People, this is how Jerome Way team play, overload in the wing position. You will always have players on the wing that can cut in and shoot on their favorite foot. But this player, for Tivoli, I saw him last season. I didn't see much of him last season, but I'm seeing much of him now. That left winger, Nick, I think Nicolia or something like that, Fuller, that player named Fuller. Is he related to Ricardo Fuller? I don't know, but he's a really good player. Trust me, he's a really tricky winger. He's a really good winger that can take on players. He don't scared to take on player 1v1. And that player that, I think he used to play for KC. He's in the midfield right now. He's in the midfield right now for Tivoli. I think they call him Kante. I think he's playing for KC. He's a really good midfielder that, holding up that midfield for Tivoli, just by, running around, blocking up the channels for attacking players. Number 4, Thomas. Yeah, man. But Jerome Waite is really doing a good job. You could see that, his philosophy is doing that blueprint for Tivoli this season. Playing with youngsters, playing with Barrington, the skipper, Barrington, at the back, leading the troops from the back to the front. It's excellent. It's really good. And then you have young Justin Dunn, who is putting the ball in the back of the net. I think these two teams, last season, one of the games drew 0-0, and I think Portmore won 2-1 last season. Portmore won one of those 2 games, 2-1 last season, the other one drew 0-0. But not many, not many goals, between these two teams, in the last 10 fixtures. And in the last 10 fixtures, you have 2 goalless draw, you have 2 1-1 draw, you have 2-1 victories. So these teams, don't really score a lot on each other, in the past. So it's not surprising to see this game finish, 0-0. But the players in name is, Nicole, Fuller is a really good player. But Alex Marshall and Davis, what happened? Both of them, I watch the game live, Portmore and Mullines, at Ferdinand Park, and I don't know what, I think Martin Davis played really good. To be honest, Martin Davis played really good. But Alex Marshall, for a player that, most people rated as, is the next best thing, and I think it was a little bit rude of some STGC supporter, at the time, was saying that Alex Marshall did better than Jonah Flemings. That was a rubbish. Even though I'm not a college man, but I don't think he did half the work Jonah Flemings did for JC. Alex Marshall was a good player in his time in the Manning Cup level, but I just don't know. He went to the Canadian Premier League and played there like a season and a half, but he came back. I don't know. He just seems like he's on the decline. Bro, the academy, those blessings, bro. Yeah, man, good. See, yeah, I think you have another. I think you have another platform out there is doing. I think I saw them. I think it's JPL, something like that. Shout out to that channel. We need more people in the game that can do, highlights, review details out, our players, give our players some highlights. You understand? You see in the English Premier League, you have thousands of flaggers around the world, just doing the same thing that I'm doing on United, Arsenal, Chelsea, City, you know. Yeah, so Jamaican Premier League, this is what comes first. Then the Reggae Boys, you know what I'm saying? Then whatever one come, the Champions League, the EPL, the Premier League, whatever, but JPL, this is the bread and butter for me. I love this league. Whenever the JPL is on break, it's like I'm getting a day. Worse when you not be able to see, transfer news. I don't know why the Jamaican Premier League is so secretive. We need to see more flexibilities in the off season. We need to see, the social media pages, for all the teams. I've seen improvements now. I've seen a lot of improvements now than probably 5 years ago, for the social media platforms for the club teams in the JPL. They're doing a really good job, to be honest, by highlighting, what's going on, especially Montego Bay. Their social media is really active. I would love to see Arnett Garden. For a club like Arnett Garden have that magnitude of a stature of a team that never got relegated, the biggest club team in the country. I think Arnett Garden need to do more on their social media side in terms of more active. Arnett Garden need, all the clubs need that TikTok page where, like you have influencers, in the UK, they will go in, running these big team social media page, and they will do content with the players on TikTok and Instagram and all of that. We need to see more of that. Get some of these, these famous players, these famous influencers on TikTok. Get them in around the club, because these things can generate revenue. I don't know if the clubs, realize that, they the first thing, if you put forward these things to them, they're going to say, oh yeah, it takes money. But guess what? You're not looking at the money that TikTok can bring in. The revenue that TikTok been bringing in for influencers out there. It's mad crazy. It is so crazy. You understand? The revenue that TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. I feel like Jamaican Premier League team should have a club TV page and for YouTube, to be honest, because these things help bring in revenue, and you don't have to dip in your pocket, because these clubs are big clubs. In no time their channel will get monetized, and when your channel get monetized, money will start to come, and you can use these same earnings from your social media platform, because you don't need more than one people to run a social media platforms. You should have social media platforms for everything. That's where the world is going. Highlighting the players. Scouts out there can see what's going on in the back room. Behind the scenes. We need behind the scenes things for the Jamaican Premier League clubs. But big up to some of the clubs them that's even the two newly promoted teams, Treasure Beach and Lyman, they're doing really good on social media and the Instagram page. But I would love to see more, because it's simple. It is simple. All you need is a nice look. You don't need a very expensive camera that costs $2,000. When the thing start up certain way, and the money start pumping the right way, and a lot of finances is coming sponsored, then you probably can, but you can have a nice little iPhone, just like what I'm doing. I don't have a camera. I have two phones, and you see, my audio is this, you know, my audio is this, and my iPhone is my visual, and it's clear. You're not seeing any breakup, anything. I have good Wi-Fi. I spend money to get one of the fastest Wi-Fi. You understand? I spend money to get one of the best headphones, to give you guys good audio quality. I spend money to get good lighting. You know what I say? And I bought a really good iPhone that have really good camera, to broadcast, what I'm doing. It's these things is all about marketing, and you have to spend money. I'm not earning from this, but this is my thing. This is my little investment, for the near future, and I will earn back from it. So that's why I'm putting in the good hard work. Because most people don't understand. I just got off work like 9:45, and I shower, get in, and start to do this. So, and then I have to wake up back early in the morning to get on the juggle, and right after the juggle, I'm going to do Champions League review. So yeah, so you have to put in the hard work, to reach where you want to reach. So it's not an overnight thing. So that's what I'm saying. The clubs can do better. The clubs can do better, because I used to see Montego Bay stream games on their YouTube page, Montego Bay TV, Montego Bay FC TV, something like that. And a couple of seasons ago, our last season, they stream games on their YouTube platform, and I would love to see more clubs do that. Whenever the games, is not a feature game, just like the smaller teams like Treasure Beach and the Lima and the Molines, it don't take much. It don't take much to stream the games. You understand? And you can earn from it. So the man them have to do better, man. We in a space where now it's social media. Everyone is fingertip. You don't have scouts anymore. You know, um, you don't have scouts, leaving from the Middle East coming over here to look at players. You don't have scouts from leaving, the West going over to the East to look at players. Everything is digital. Everything is on your fingertip. They have some website, where you could look up and scout players just by looking at his heat map. Everything you need to know is right there. So we have to do a much better job. The organization, the JPL, Chris Williams, can't remember. Owen Hill, that's his name. Owen Hill have to do. I'm not criticizing them, but they're doing where the league was after COVID or before COVID until now. It's getting there. Trust me, it's getting there. More sponsors, but I don't like this 14 team in the league though. I don't like it. I don't like this 14 team in the league. Jamaica don't have that big budget. The clubs don't have that big budget. We don't have that big variety of pool of quality players. When you look at the Bundesliga, 18 teams. The Costa Rican league, they don't have 18 teams. I think the Costa Rican league and those leagues have probably 14, probably 12. Some other leagues have 10 teams, but if they can budget it, I saw something, they spoke about that, the organization for the ONL, those guys that running the thing, they are not really happy with what the JFF did, agree to extend the league to 14 teams, but it is what it is. Whatever they do, we just have to support it and hope it work. But I think it's too much of a teams, and 12 is okay. 12 is okay. 12 is really good, and I would just love them to stick with this format, because I feel like back in the days when the JPL was I think it was a Craveny. I think don't remember which one. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was no. Yeah, I think it was a Craven or something like that. You know, when you used to have points just to win just to win the league. You know, but this farmer, you know, we're in playoff. You know, Jamaican people love excitement. You know, they love the playoff. You know, we saw what happened. You know, the last couple final. You know, even in before COVID, you know, the stadium, national stadium sold out, you know, many times for final. You know, we Jamaican people love excitement, you know. So if you can, you know, market the playoffs, you know, as like a little entertainment party, and you know, people will come out and spend their money, you know. But people, it's up to everyone, you know, passing through, you know, tonight. Big Bad Jamaican Premier League and Nickel Medios, you know, really appreciate it. And you know, that video last night, you know, man, with, you know, my brethren, you know, Broski, Kevin Blackwood. Thanks for the support. Really doing good, you know. You know, yeah, man, Jamaica to the world, man. Bless up, agree. You, bro. Some year I don't miss a game on Sports Max. Bro, it trust me, bro. Me I know, bro, Travis, if you're still there, bro, me I know how some man, every day the man them get up. Every day the man them, this are the next thing. Every day the man them get up, them criticize Jamaican football. Oh, a Bush League. Oh, a this. Bro, if you don't get up and support the league, if you don't get up and pay a subscription for Sportsmax, because right now, brother, Sportsmax are give you some really top-notch quality feature game on TV. When you when you watch a Sportsmax game, especially on the app or YouTube, or their YouTube page, and you have it on a nice big screen TV, bro, it look like as if you're watching the EPL. And that's one thing where, you know, the man them did is that they make sure all those feature game played on very good surface where they can market the league, you know, where it look presentable, and you know, it force the clubs around the league to fix their field. Waterhouse fix their field. Arnett Garden fixed their field back again a couple of years ago. See what Arnett did? They fixed the field, the Charlie field, where Charlie can play Money Cup over there. That's where Arnett train. Arnett don't really train on their match field. You know? And I'm a beg do a team like Harbourview. A team like Harbourview, come on, do better. The field need to look better than that. Better, man. Better than that. Harbourview are big club, you know. Harbourview push out players every year, you know. Ads and deals and all them things, you know. Do better, man. Portmore, do better. Watch, go over Freddie Interpark and the grass there, the man, them ankle. Do better than that, man. That's why someone now get no good. That's why someone now get no good no feature game at the ground. Because you know, just not take care of the venue them. But love to see, you know, I would love to see games playing back, you know, at two teams, you know, two of my best away grounds I love is Waterhouse and Tivoli Garden at Railroad. You know, I love Waterhouse feel, you know, watching Arnett Garden, you know, it's, you know, that little small pocket like a matches box, you know, in Joseland right there. You know, it's everyone just seems like they just small up in a little venue. I love that. And the touchline is right there. Tivoli Garden is the same thing. Love watching Arnett Garden play, you know, away to Tivoli and Waterhouse. It's that competitive vibe. You know, it's all the garden people, them, you know, the people them on the roof, you know, on those high-rising building, you know, watching the games. It's just the scenery around, you know, but Tivoli and them feel they need to fix, you know. I saw Waterhouse feel when the Bowman Classical. It's looked like a very damn good feel. You know, I heard that they fix it. They fix their lighting too. You know, Mount Pleasant, how long it's going to take for you guys to fix the light, you know. We need light. We need to see night matches, you know. Jackson, you have in a big team. You know, having a man them playing 3 o'clock game every time. You know, need to see proper lighting system. Westport Park, you know, is always that, country feels always that good sometimes, the grass is very thick too, but can get a little bit better. I remember a team, Sporting Central out at Brandcoat on the highway. It was one of the best field in Jamaica at the time, Sporting Central. Humblion need to up them thing. Humblion need to fix their field. Is it Mike Henry still the president for that club? Need to fix that field. Whenever rain fall at Humblion at Effortville, you don't want to go there. It's like you're walking in clay. It's like you're walking in clay, man. The field, the soil at Humblion is so soft. Like, I went there already, to watch an Arnett game, and luckily, it wasn't, the rain wasn't coming down hard. It was a little drizzle, and I'm telling you, man, the field is so soft. Effortville is not what Effortville is one of them community where, it's not an easy place to go and play football because, sometimes they have them little friction there, but it's like you're going in a little trench, But yeah, who next? Wembley Center, Veer, these fields, they have really good size. These teams are country fields, really good size. It just take a little bit of proper caring. But the thing we have in Jamaica, not all the team have a luxury like Arnett Garden can do and train on their own training turf, But I mean, remember, not all these teams playing week in, week out at their home ground. So, they just train on it. So, yeah, team need to up them thing, man. Get the proper surface on, so the players can play a better style of football. I don't see when the Jamaican Premier League players step on good field how them can play to their strength, especially when they play that Stadium East, the National Stadium or Sabina Park, even at Arnett. They really played top-notch football. You see the best of the best. Players can dribble without the ball. Be rolling. Gone all the days when Rockstone used to step on field and all them things. When Matthew used to play with all and Yowie, the field was just so big, but the field was so bad. Hill and gully thing. When Yowie used to play and Augustone used to play out there. I know which other field is really terrible. Never went there. Village field was terrible. Village field is terrible, and I went to Portland already to see I think George's Stadium, and I never went there to watch a game. I went there just passing by, and I saw George's field, but Bush, I took up that field right now. Bush, Bush, I take up that field right now, and States is a really good field that Treasure Beach is playing on, thing. But then, Rena used to have a really good team, but not a proper pitch, I think, but really, I really appreciate, just to see the owners for the Jamaican Premier League. You could see that they're trying. I know that it's really hard to, finance-wise, I remember watch a video, with Mark Golden, the chairman for Arnett Garden, and it said that, it took him around 30 to 40 million to run the club for the year. It took him that much, to run the club, just to keep the club floating, players get paid, just to do the necessary things, he said. That is to do the major work, to cover the gap for the whole season. And you don't even get 10 million when they win the league. Not saying, we're looking for the league to pay the players, when you win the league at 20 million, because these English league teams spend almost $1 billion every season, for whatever their finances come up, some 100,000, millions, and they don't get back those money in prize when they win the Premier League. I think when you win the Champions League, you don't get back, those big pocket, but it helped though. But sponsors and gate receipts and all that, that's where you get your big loans of money, especially the sponsors. Clubs them need to go, they're gonna get sponsors too. Seeing think I seen Treasure Beach, Treasure Beach been getting sponsors. Lima, not Lima, Montego Bay be getting sponsors. So yeah, and the organization for the Premier League is helping the clubs too. So pushing, they're doing a really good job, man. They're doing a really good job. 10 years from now, if these same people in the office running, the headquarter organization body for the Jamaican Premier League, soon to be, it will be a full professional league. I want to see players be getting 200 grand, 300 grand a month. This is where I want to see the players living in luxury. A player is supposed to can get a handsome money a month time, and it's supposed to can pay and bill up a Cherry Garden, up a Jackson, in a Meadowbrook, somewhere up in a St. Andrew, where you can live, peacefully, quiet. You don't have to live in a community where, you're going to hear one bag of banga, rang, and a noise, and sometimes you have to jump to a fence, and, I say you hang out with certain, you train, you go to your club team, you train, you do what you have to do, and you go home back and live comfortable, Don't want to see players, players are supposed to work and come at training, and them things they're supposed to done it by now. But it's going to take time still, going to take time. The salary that these players getting, it should be Manning Cup players getting these salaries coming out of Manning Cup, the 50 and 60, top-notch player. Oh, that's top-notch. Win that league, probably. Boy, be a youngsters are really play the league, top-notch. Can't really think of someone right now that's really top-notch in the league, that deserve to be getting at least around 2,000 US in pocket a month time. That's where big players should be getting 2,000 and 3,000. That's why the man of is got Trinidad. These are the money that they get in Trinidad. Some 3 grand a month time. US, talking US dollars. That's where the big profit is at. When players go to Southeast Asia. Big up to man like Errol Stevenson. One of the pioneer players. Devon Hodges that go to Southeast Asia and make some lump sum of money. These players down there get around 7-8 grand if you're really good enough. Andre Fagan that just came back, playing for Harbourview now. These players used to be in the Southeast Asia side, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam. These countries, they will pay the money, but it's kind of a risk when you go down there, especially what Errol Stevenson did. He didn't really get enough feature, in the Jamaica team. As when you go down there, it's like you get lost in the system. It happened to Devon Hodges, what was one of the best striker in the league. I think Devon Hodges is the all-time scorer in the Jamaican Premier League. I think so. With Kevin Lamy, Waterhouse. But players that go to Southeast Asia earn a lot of money. I remember, seeing Jabba, Errol Stevenson did an interview saying, you can earn at least all of 10 grand a month. At one point he was earning that amount. That's earning that now. That's 0.8 million at Jamaica. That's a lump sum of money can do. And you see what Errol Stevenson did, a very successful YouTube channel, as very successful here and become Airbnbs, So yeah, the man make use of him look of money and invest it well. So you have quite a few players that thought them and go overseas and earn money and turn it over and living comfortably. I think Errol Stevenson is one of the coach at Mount Pleasant, young coach, for the academy. I think there's another former Arnett guard player. Kirk Ramsey, PPP, who remember Kirk Ramsey, yeah, but people can go on and talk, all that I experience, me can share the JPL, things that happen and players and all that. But every local show and then I talk about things. But going to close off now. It's about 11:30, 2 minutes before 11:30. But people, really appreciate the support, everyone giving this channel. from I think around we started in May, just before the Gold Cup, so I did, I would say, 3 major tournaments. I think I did 3 major tournaments on this channel: the Gold Cup, like international tournaments, the Gold Cup, the FIFA Women's World Cup. You know, those two tournaments give this channel a big boost. Like, especially when the Reggae Girls was doing fantastic well in the World Cup. It gave this channel a big boost. It gave, show it people what I'm doing over here. And the Nation League now is highlighting, the channel, giving people, another output of what this channel is all about. Other people, I think, today I received, a call from a veteran player. Him they even know how much, that really appreciate, because the show that I did yesterday, he was I guess he was watching it at the time, during the day today, and he thought that it was live. He thought that it was live. So he called me, and he was like, hey, this is the whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm like, yeah, this I man, but the video that you're watching, it's not live right now. And but we then I would chit chat for about a good 10 minutes on the phone. Big player, Joe Downer, big boy stone player. This man is a legend in the game. And just to see a veteran player, just can pick up his phone, calling my show and all that, encourage me. He also gave me some kind words of encouragement, just by listening, how I speak on my show and all of that. It said that, someone that, knew the game and all of that, so big up to the player, really appreciate it, man. And big up to everyone that's continually supporting the channel. It really mean a lot, because without you guys, the channel wouldn't be this far, So you guys been seeing the good work, Nicola Media has been putting out over here. So yeah, man, bless up to everyone. We're going to close out, so big up Travis, supporting the channel, Dan Gag, and big up to my Brazilian friends, Mantico be Ishmael King, big up yourself, Bala. You have this guy, Mr. Blair, Blair Video, big up yourself. Much everybody, big up on yourself. Big up to my family, them. They're my first supporters, when I'm going live. Them are the only people that watch me. No, I have other people from different part, in the world that watch me now. So yeah, big up. Yeah, man, big up to, special big up to my old man, help me along the journey, push me in the game and all of that, and, help me to get the knowledge and get the abilities, to do what I'm doing. Big up to, my mother, always telling me, send the link. She's probably sleeping right now. Big up to my two of them, but big up to my son. He always watch the video, the girl don't really watch, big up to yourself when they, girl, yeah, people out.